Every problem that we ever have keeping bees comes through 3/4 of an inch, our entrance bar. I don't care if it's robber bees, yellow jackets, small hive beetles, wax moths, varroa mites, they all come through 3/4 of an inch. And once they've gotten through 3/4 of an inch, they can go anywhere they want to inside the hive. What the bee tunnel does is provides the bees with a controlled space that they can guard. It's actually two tunnels, 2¼ inch each. And the reason that it's two and not one 4½ inch is that way each one is a tighter controlled space so that anybody trying to get into the hive can't zig and zag across 4½ inches to try to get in. And so it makes it much easier for your guard bees to identify them and eject them from the hive. When you put it on a hive that has a landing board, you install it like this with the rim side down so that the tunnels are held 3/16 of an inch above the landing board. That makes it more difficult for small hive beetles to turn that 90 degrees to get into the hive, and then they're facing 8 inches of your bees. The preferred way is to place it like this, where the tunnels fit flat on the bottom board, and the tunnel is extended between 3/8 and 1/2 of an inch out from the front of the entrance bar. And so in this way, any invader has to go directly in. They can't sit on a landing board and wait for a good opportunity to try to go into the hive, you see. It also makes your bees become better pilots because they learn to land right in the throat of the bee tunnel instead of crash landing on the landing board
Yeah.
and then walking over it. Yeah. So, and it's 8 inches long because that makes it right at just short of the center of the hive. So anything that comes through the bee tunnel is coming out in the hive at traffic central. And that's important. That's important. Also, if you want to treat your bees for varroa mite, you just lay a
Yes, chef. That's good.
Excuse me?
I was telling somebody asked a question. I answered it for him.
Okay. You just lay an oxalic acid strip or an apivar strip down in the tunnel, and you just treated 100% of your bees. When you put the oxalic acid strip or the apivar strips in the way the manufacturer says over the top bars, only about 37% of your bees come in contact with those products. When you put it in the bee tunnel, 100% of your bees come in contact with it. After a couple of weeks, you take the apivar strip out, turn it over, scrape it off, stick it back in for the other 2 weeks.
And it stays moist inside. It stays moist like that.
Okay, well now with the apivar strip, you don't worry about the moisture, but with the Viroxan, which is the oxalic acid strip, yeah, it makes a difference about moisture. And so the Viroxan is designed, it's dry when you take it out of the package, and you slide it in, and it absorbs moisture from the air, and that's when it is effective. And the Viroxan strip is a lot longer than the tunnel, so it sticks on out into the hive back here at Traffic Central, where all your bees are walking all over the Viroxan strip that sticks out the end of the tunnel, see? Because the Viroxan strip's about like this, it sticks way out like that. And so that way 100% of your bees get treated. The weakest hive you have will never get robbed with this on. Because what has to happen for your hive to get robbed?
They got to smell
A
it.
scout first has to go in and see your hive and say, I think we can take these guys. And so then he goes back out and gets his buddies and they come rob the hive. Well, he might get past 3/4 of an inch, which is what they normally do. But what chance do you think a robber bee scout has of getting through 8 inches of your bees going in and then 8 inches of your bees coming back out?
He ain't coming back
right.
out. If he get in, he ain't coming back out.
Same thing with
He
yellow
ain't
jackets.
going in.
Yep. Yeah, people lose whole hives to yellow jackets. And it's the same thing. The yellow jacket scout, and never make it in and back out. Now, you've opened up your hive, and what's the first thing you see? Small hive beetles running.
Yep.
And what do your bees do as soon as they see the small hive beetles? They chase them.
They chase them.
Yep. They
So
chase
what chance do you think a small hive beetle or a wax moth would have of landing here and coming out 8 inches on the other end?
Not a chance at all.
Yep. See, they'll turn them around and run them back out. Now, nothing's perfect. And I'm not saying that in the middle of the night on a kind of cool evening that, you know, it's not possible for a small hive beetle to get into your hive. Nothing's 100%.
Yes, sir.
That's why I believe in integrated pest management with this as a tool.